this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. We're looking at the MACDs, the moving averages and the day's support, resistance and pivot levels. It is Friday the 4th of December. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, positive start to the morning here. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid a fall through the pivot at 19,326 to take a run at the first major resistance level, say at 19,751. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break out from yesterday's high 19,628, however. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, could see Bitcoin test the most recent high of 19,956 and resistance at 20 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 20,054. A fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level sitting at 19,023 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should stay well clear of the second major support level sitting at 18,598. Looking at the MACDs, nothing conclusive and an imminent move is suggested by the pinch there, so keep an eye on the MACDs. On the EMAs, the 50 is holding its ground against the 100 and the 200, supporting the early upside. So key through the early part of the morning would be to avoid a fall through the pivot and break back through yesterday's high 19,628 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will come into play. Moving across Ethereum against the US dollar, also positive start to the morning, recovering from an early pullback. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid the pivot at 609.11 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 632.11. Going to need to see support from the broader market to break out from yesterday's high 64.57 and back through to 630 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, could see Ethereum test resistance at 650 before any pullback. We've got on the trend analysis a major resistance level at 636.53 and the second major resistance level at 647.57 to test Ethereum, however. A fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 593.65 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should stay clear of sub 580s. Second major support level sits at 570.65. Looking at the MACD, got a slight widening of the bullish histogram, avoiding a bearish cross there, supporting the early upside. 50 EMA is moving away marginally from the 100 and the 200, also supportive of upside through the morning. So avoiding a fall through the pivot and moving back through yesterday's high 624.57 to 630 levels would give Ethereum a run at 650. Moving across to Litecoin against the US dollar, mixed start to the day here. Going to need to see Litecoin avoid a fall back through the pivot at 88.66 to bring the first major resistance level at 91.79 into play. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Litecoin's breakout from yesterday's high 91.35. So barring extended crypto rally, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. Event of a breakout, got the second major resistance to that level at 94.47 and resistance at 95 to pin Litecoin back. A fallback through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 85.98 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should stay well clear of sub 80s. Second major support level at 82.85 should limit any downside. Looking at the MACDs, got a possible bullish cross there, which would support upside through the morning. So keep an eye on that. On the EMAs, there was a slight narrowing of the 50 on the 100 and the 200, but it started to hold its ground there, so that needs to be monitored as well. So key through the early part of the day would be to avoid a fallback through that pivot to support a run at resistance levels. Failure to do that, and you got support levels in play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, positive start to the morning. Need to see Ripple's XRP avoid a fallback through the pivot at 0.6293 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 0.6442. Then we see support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break out from yesterday's high 0.64249. So barring extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of breakout, could see Ripple's XRP test resistance at 0.66 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 0.6573. A fallback through the pivot would bring the 23.6% fib at 0.6274, and the first major support level at 0.6161 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should steer clear of sub 0.6 levels. Second major support level at 0.6013 should limit any downside. Looking at the MACDs, got a widening of the bullish histogram this morning, supporting this early upside. On the EMA, the 50 and the 100 are holding steady against the 200, so nothing conclusive there. Key through the early part of the morning, avoid a fall back through the pivot and break back through to 0.64 levels. Failure to do that, and support levels will be in play.